Welcome to the deep dive. Really excited today. We're plunging right into Dying Light, the Beast. Our mission, like always, is to cut through the noise, give you the key stuff from the sources so you're totally up to speed on this one. And yeah, quite a story to unpack here.
Definitely. And what's fascinating, is how this game even came to be. It's got its own little plot twist right from the start. Shows how projects can really evolve, sometimes unexpectedly.
A plot twist. Okay, tell me more. Because my understanding is this wasn't always planned as a full game.
Not at all. It actually started out as DLC. Downloadable content for Dying Light 2, Stay Human. Just an expansion.
Right, an expansion. So what happened? The big change to a standalone title? That seems like a huge pivot.
Well, it seems it was down to a leak, an unfortunate leak of some future content plans. So Techland, the developers, they made a pretty bold strategic decision. They basically said, okay, let's turn this into a full standalone game instead.
Wow, so turning a leak into a whole new product launch. That's quite a move.
It really is. It shows maybe a necessary adaptability in game development today, taking a potential negative and spinning it into something much bigger.
And for fans of the original game,
Right.
This gets even more interesting, doesn't it? Because this isn't just any story.
No, exactly. It's a direct sequel to the very first Dying Light and its big DLC, The Following.
And the protagonist is Kyle Crane again, the guy from the first game.
That's the one. Kyle Crane is back as the main playable character, which I think is a huge draw for longtime fans.
So where does this story pick up? It's been a while since The Following.
Yeah, the timeline jumps forward 13 years, and Crane he's changed a lot. He's now what they call a volatile, so heavily infected, but seemingly with some control maybe, or just a new power.
A volatile protagonist, that sounds intense. What's driving him?
Revenge. Pure and simple. He's after the global relief effort, the GRE. Apparently, they captured him, experimented on him after the events of The Following. So he's not the same Kyle Crane we knew. He's fueled by this rage, this transformation. It definitely raises the narrative stakes.
Okay, intense story, returning hero, sort of. What about the gameplay? Does that feel familiar, or is it all changing too?
The core is still there. The open world running, the parkour, that first-person combat, that's all Dying Light.
But there must be new stuff, right? Especially with Crane being different.
Oh, yeah. Big things. First off, firearms are back, properly back. They were notably missing from Dying Light 2 at launch, which was a big talking point.
Firearms, right? That changes combat calculations quite a bit.
Absolutely. More direct confrontation options. And then there's this beast mode. Players can apparently activate Crane's volatile abilities for really powerful weaponless combat.
Beast mode and guns. What else?
Get this, a truck. You can drive a truck for getting around, yes, but also, for running over zombies.
A truck
If
in Dying Light. That feels like a departure from the pure parkour focus. How does that fit?
That's a really good question. It suggests maybe a larger world or at least different kinds of environments. It offers, I guess, a choice. Agility versus brute force.
Yeah.
Maybe faster travel across certain areas. It's definitely a new dynamic to figure out.
Okay, lots of new tools for destruction. Can you share the mayhem with friends? What's the multiplayer situation?
Yep, co-op is in. Supports up to 3 players, it seems. So you and 2 buddies.
And progression. How does that work if you jump between solo and co-op?
It's shared progression, which is great. It means you can play solo, have friends jump in, continue the campaign, and nobody loses their progress. Everything you do, whether alone or together, counts towards your main story progress.
That's smart. Makes multiplayer much more seamless. Okay, the important bit. When can we actually play it?
The release date is set for September 19th, 2025. That's for PC, PlayStation 5, and the Xbox Series X and S.
What about older consoles? PS4, Xbox One.
They are planned, but later. No confirmed date for those yet, just that they're coming.
And how much will it set you back? Is there any deal for existing players?
There is, actually. If you own the Ultimate Edition of Dying Light 2, Stay Human, you get The Beast as a free download, which is a pretty sweet bonus.
Oh, nice.
And if not, then it's standard pricing, $60 for the standard edition, $70 for a deluxe version, presumably with some extras.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. What does this all mean for you, the player? We've got a game that kind of rose from the ashes of a DLC leak.
Right, becoming a full sequel.
Bringing back the original hero, Kyle Crane. But he's changed, he's infected, he's angry.
And he has new powers, this beast mode.
Plus, firearms are back, and you can even drive a truck now. Big changes alongside the familiar parkour and combat.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in. And I think the big question this leaves us with, especially for fans of this series, how is this all going to balance out? You know, Crane's transformation, the return of guns, the addition of vehicles. How does that fundamentally shift the gameplay loop? Will it still feel like Dying Light with its focus on agility and movement? Or does the brute force aspect take over? What kind of strategies will work best in this darker, maybe more brutal world? It's something to really think about.